Oh, you're right there.
Okay, we're going to get started in just about 1 minute. And I know Chris has lots he wants to say. We're streaming this for the people that couldn't be here. So I know Chris could actually talk to everybody and probably project enough, but we're using the mic system just so we can pick it up on the stream. If you guys have questions, speak up so Chris can hear you. And maybe he'll repeat the question just so we can get a good copy of this. And that's it. Thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, everyone, if you can grab a seat and pay attention, we're going to get this show on the road here. So first off, how are you this afternoon, Triton? I'm very hyped up, fired up, and excited for the first time to introduce to you Principal Chris Ramirez. I will shut up, but it's his show now. You guys mind if I take off the mask?
Yeah, go for it. Chris, I'm going to give you this. Just for the stream. Always thinking audio, right? Always thinking audio.
Thank you, Mr. Jindor. Just don't do that. Don't hook me out yet, please. I heard he uses that hook to take people out that are boring. So, my name is Chris Ramirez. For those of you who don't know me, nobody knows me here except for maybe Mr. Adams and Mr. Lawrence. But I just want to say I'm very excited. I'm actually honored. I'm humbled to be here with you, with such great staff. I've heard a lot of great things about you. I've been in this district for, yes, only 2 years, but I've been in education for 17 years. This will be my 9th year as an administrator. And I just want to let you know, I've seen you guys and what the work that you guys do here for students and staff in your community. I've been a part of all the AP meetings with Ms. Sandoval, Mr. Salahi, and Mr. Silva, as well as Ray, Mr. Gonzalez. And they talk about themselves so highly of them. So I'm excited, like I said, to be here with you guys. And I want to be a part of your team. And I know they say first impressions go a long way. I know we don't have all the time today for me to tell you who I really am, but I am hoping that through time, you get to know me, who I am as a person. You get to know what my core values are, and how I put students first. During this time, I know it's not as easy transition. I know I got a big shoes to fill in, and I say that both literally and physically. I mean, literally and figuratively. Mr. Torres is a big guy, and I'm not. So, with that being said, I want to say that what I bring to the table is, I want to let you guys know that I'm all about teamwork, collaboration, communication, and relationship building. You'll ask anyone in the district, and that's what I really am about. And I want to be a part of your team. I want to be able to get to know the Pacifica High School. I know that we say it that way here, the Pacifica High School. And together as a team, I want to continue the work that you guys are already doing, that great work that I've been hearing about this time. I want to be able to grow as a team with you, and then together continue to be that flagship of this district. And I know that together, and I got this from Teddy, together I hope as a team that we can win the day. And today, I think it went, oh no, there we go, Mr. Deardorff, it went back on, but I invite you to come and talk to me, because you'll see, when I come in here, I'm coming in with an open mind. I want to build collaboration, communication with you guys as a team. Invite me to understand your school, your culture, your community. Again, I've been here in Oxford for 17 years now. I understand the community. I don't understand your culture yet. And I'm going to need you guys to help me build that up with you and, make me a part of the team and be a Triton. I was a Raider, but now I'm a Triton starting today. You get that? Okay, we're going to do whatever it takes to make it and us push forward as a Triton. So I know I told my team, I'm sorry, but as soon as I accepted that position, I'll be a Raider for a week or two longer, but that's it. I'm done. I'm a Triton after that. And I'm going to continue the legacy here that you guys have built with Mr. Lawrence. And I invite you today, come and talk to me. Let me get to know you. You guys come get to know me so that you guys, again, know what I'm about. All right? At this point, if you want to open up to questions, I don't know what brought you here, me or the delicious food here, but I'm glad you're all up here with me, enjoying this moment. I hope so. But again, if you have any questions, I'm here to be a part of your team. And I'll finish off. What's the other hashtag we say all the time? Expect excellence and win the game. Let's go Tritons. All right, guys? Let's win the day, man. That's it. And I will get there through time. Like I said, I'll get there. I'll make sure I get there.
Question here.
When will I be available and tell you about my family? That's a good question. I'm available. My doors are always open. My doors will start opening now. You can reach me through via email under Chris Ramirez or David Ramirez. It gets confusing because my full name is David Christopher Ramirez. So when they set me up here in the district, they put both of my names, David Ramirez and Chris Ramirez. So I'm under both. Okay. And let me tell you about my family. I'm from Fillmore, born and raised. My mother was in education for 35 years. My father grew up in the fields and built upon us that hard work and dedication, but most of all, to remain humble and respectful all of our lives. So that's why I bring that up to the team here. And I'm always going to remain that way. And that's what I bring to the table. My wife is in education. All my sister-in-laws are in education. My brother-in-laws are in education. So I come from a long line of educators. And all my family, really on my mom's side of the family, all the Fillmore family, the Sandovals, they're all in education, from teaching math, world language. Some of them are coaches and all that. I was a physical educator. This will be my 9th year administrator. I started up at Isbell Middle School. I did that for 2 years. I transferred over to the Ocean View School District, and I did that for 13 years. The last 6 years I was there, I was an administrator there, an AP. So I got to really know the community on the south end of Oxnard, the struggles, the barriers that our students face. I did a lot of training over equity, inclusion, diversity. That's one thing I'm really into, so that I can continue breaking down barriers and know how to look at the students as a whole. When I say of students, I've been taught to include all students so that we are able to meet their needs. And not just the student needs, we go through as barriers as well as educators, especially during this time of COVID. We know what we went through, whether you had kids at home like I did and you're trying to set them up in a Zoom, and then the other kid is over there crying and I need attention, and my wife is like, I need help because I got a class to teach right now, and I'm just like, I gotta be at work. The struggle was all too real, right? I get it. I lived in the trenches with it. And a little bit more about my history. I've actually have families who've been in this district for over 20 years, and they've been at different areas as well. So I come from a long line of history. That's a little bit about me. Okay, and when we take, I hope to get to know each and every one of you like that and share some struggles and share some stories about your families. So I really want to get to know you guys on a personal level as well. You're welcome.
Chris, what do you like to do when you're not at school? What are your interests outside of school?
Other than sleeping,
Yeah.
so I can relax. I'm a big time family guy. Any opportunity I get, I have 2 young girls at home. They're 8 and 5, one Camila and Alessandra. I'm a big time daddy girl, a girl daddy, I should say. Not, I said that wrong. I'm a big time girl daddy. So every time if I have time, I'll spend it with my girls. I'll take them out, baseball games, soccer games, or they're heavily involved in sports. So I'm there for them. Mr. Adams can vouch for that. I like to go on vacation. I used to be into working out and lifting, not anymore. The admin life doesn't let me do that. But when I'm not at work, I'm with my family and just having adventures with them. Traveling, hiking, doing things with my girls like that. No, that's a good question. I'm reading a book right now, Equity and Inclusion. I've been reading Dr. Trudiaga's book about opening doors. I've been really enjoying that because it points to the struggles, especially knowing that the kids and the families she's talking about are here in Ventura County, specifically the Ventura area. At the same struggles, we have almost similar demographic in certain parts of the Ventura County area, and the Ventura area that we can relate to here in Oxnard or different parts. So her book has inspired me to look at kids as a different perspective. Sometimes kids come to school and they get into certain troubles or act up a little way, but I believe that at times, not all the time, we forget to ask why they're coming with the barriers that they're facing, and we just need to take a little bit of time to understand them as a whole so that we can understand them breaking down those barriers and opening the doors. That's the book that I'm really enjoying right now from Dr. Trudy Arriaga. And we all know who she is. Great superintendent, great overall person if you get to know her. So if you haven't read, her book on opening doors and inclusion, it's a great read. It's a fast read, over a couple weekends, but I would enjoy that and suggest you to read that, Mr. Ramos, if you can. You really want me to answer that? For fun? Either reading fairy tale novels to my girls, things on princesses or Disney stuff. I'm really, literally, I'm telling you because I'm reading that to my kids. I'm just, those are probably my main readings right there, right now. If I really had the time to read, I'd probably be reading on how to build something at my house because I'm a builder too. I like to build stuff for fun. All right, there's the elephant in the room.
Chris, one more question. Sure. Roger Adams was here. Many of us have been around for a long time. Worked with Roger, know Roger, great administrator. What did you think of his management style? What did you learn from him? Do you think you'll be similar? I mean, what did you garner when you were at Channel Islands from Roger?
Since he's here, I might as well say something positive,
yeah.
Right? No. Even if he was to leave the building, Roger's an overall great guy. He's down to earth. He's a real person. What he brings to the table is himself. He doesn't beat around the bush. He's not fake. He's real. And what he taught us is when you do something, make sure that you're doing every decision with 3 things in mind. How it's going to affect the community, how it's going to affect the teachers, and most of all, how it's going to affect the students. And if your decision-making process doesn't involve those 3 and you're not in it for them, don't do it because you're going to hear the other end of it. Another thing that I've learned from Roger is own up to your mistakes. We don't know everything in education. We're lifelong learners. That's why we're in this field. If we did, we wouldn't be here anymore, right? So, as he says, keep growing, take chances, and basically be yourself when you're in here. Don't forget to lead with this. And that's what I can honestly say about Mr. Adams and what he's taught me over the years. But many of you don't know, he's been my mentor for over 10 years. I've actually known him for 12. I used to teach his kids in elementary and all the way through junior high. So I got quite a history of Mr. Adams here, and I've been learning under him for over 12 years as a mentor. Not only that, I've also worked with his wife. I was a fellow administrator with his wife. So every opportunity I got, I would ask him questions. Hey, how do you do this? What do you think about that? So, a part of Mr. Adams is in here and in here with me as well.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, as a Kenese major, how are you going to support our athletic program?
Oh, that's a good question. As a Kenese major, at the moment, I know we have winning programs here, and as a kinesiology major, how am I gonna support any programs here in school campus? I'm gonna lead, I'm gonna listen, listen to learn, not listen to respond. I don't know all the struggles or that you might be referring to or what, that question would entitle right now, but I'm gonna listen to each and every one of you guys' departments, your needs, and see how we can build upon that, how we can improve on it, but at the same time, take into consideration those 3 different areas I was just talking about, how it's going to affect our community, our staff, and our students. That's how I would say I would answer that. As with anything, I'm not here to make big changes. I know that Teddy has started something great here, and my goal is to listen, look, observe, and get to know you guys this first year, and see how I can continue what Teddy started and the staff here has started, and basically guide. But I know you guys are going to be guiding me throughout this first year, right? And that's okay, because I'll be the first one to say I don't know everything, but I am willing to learn and tackle it. I hope you caught that one. Look, if we don't have any other questions, enjoy your food. I'll be here. You can, and if you're, got something to say, come talk to me. Get to know me. That way, like I said, you get to know who I really am, what I'm about, what my values are, my core values. And enjoy it.
All right.
Chris, if you guys want to come up, very open to meeting you all. If you want to come up, fist bump, high five, introduce yourself, I think that'd be a great way for you to start to build a connection with them. So come on up and introduce yourselves if you would, please. Thank you.
One last round for Chris and one big round for Teddy. Here we go.
What's that?
Don't work too hard.